This is going to be a wonderful session now, and अभी तो session जो है that's experience sharing on personal effectiveness. और इस session के लिए Manish Kumar ji, जो Sqn Ldr Manish Kumar ji, I would like to make a brief introduction about him. Sqn Ldr Manish Kumar is a veteran pilot from the Air Force and alumnus of XLRI and the author of the best-selling book Be Your Own Pilot, which is being appreciated internationally. So a clap ho jaye, because as an author, if you touch 1 lakh book in India and abroad, now you are a quite a recognized author. He is the mental training expert of Sports Authority of India for the mental conditioning of Olympic athletes and other sportsmen. He is also a motivational speaker and has spoken to the executives of Fortune 500 companies like SBI, HPCL, IOC, Reliance, also for the training officers of the State Judicial Academy, IICM, and premier institutes and schools. Sqn Ldr Manish Kumar has appeared on Doordarshan, Inner Child Radio, USA, All India Radio, Radio Dhoom, Dhamal, Mantra and Big FM. He is on the editorial board of the magazine Fly High and he writes a motivational column in the newspaper. Participants of his talks and workshops have found them life-changing and organizations have benefited immensely from the renewed vigor of their employees. This would be a very brief introduction about a very great person like him. I will not take more time and invite Sqn Ldr Manish Kumar for his experience. Sir.
Thank you, Mr. Pranav, for the lovely introduction. And good evening to you all.
Good evening.
Can you have some more Josh? Good evening.
Good evening.
Wonderful. It's an honor for me always to come to MTI to address such lovely audience. It's been my 4th or 5th time, and every time I see some new faces and with a lot of joy, a lot of vigor, and a lot of happiness, a lot of smiles. So it's a very important day for me. Before I continue further, I want to keep it on record, because whatever he has said in the introduction doesn't cover this. I was a pilot in the Air Force. I left the job in 2006 and did my executive MBA from XLRI. After that, I joined 2 companies. One was NIIT, the other was Shaurya Flight Sim. I was the chief operation officer and the vice president of the company. Then I went on to write the book. The book, after some time, it happened to become the bestseller in 2014. So today is very significant for me because just 5 years back on this very day, on 25th July, my dad had a very severe brain hemorrhage, and he's been in coma since last 5 years. Why am I telling you this is, when he went into coma, when we were running after the hospitals and doctors, I lost all hope in life. We were just worried about his well-being, just to see him survive. And I had started, I was getting lectures from the Fortune 500 companies. I left all that and I got into spirituality. And as you know, every spiritual book says that you should not have desires, right? You should relinquish desires. So I stopped going for lectures. I started just concentrating on spirituality. But one day I just was looking after my old papers and I got a paper clip. It was about a personality known as Subrata Bakshi. Anybody heard of him?
Yes.
Subrata Bakshi. He's the founder of a company called Mindtree, if I'm not wrong. And he has written a book called Go and Kiss the World. So he was working in the US. His mother became seriously ill. She was hospitalized. So he almost left his job and came back to take care of his mom. So his mom told him that you don't stop worrying about me. You go and take care of the world. And so the title was Go and Kiss the World. So I got the hint from him, and because what happened to me was I'm running short of motivation. So that is one thing I will be talking about in detail. So before I do that, I just want to do a small little survey. Okay, If I ask you a simple question, how many of you want to become wealthy? Okay, everyone. And how many of you want to become happy? And given a choice between wealthy and happy, how many of you want to become wealthy? No one. Okay. So there's been a study has been carried out. There was a professor known as Professor Richard of University of California. He's found out. He said that money doesn't get you happiness. Everybody believes that money doesn't get you happiness. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is whatever I'll cover today is going to be very, very contrary to your popular beliefs. After Professor Richard came out with this research that money doesn't give you happiness, there were hundreds of research that came out and said that money brings happiness. Okay, so I want to do a mindfulness exercise. Mindfulness is when your neural activities tap the inner layers of your consciousness. So what I want you to do is just close your eyes. Take 3-4 yawns. Yawn very forcefully. Just close your eyes and yawn with your mouth. It may sound awkward, but yawn with your mouth wide open. Yawns, you'll have a natural yawn, right? Now imagine, ask yourself, what will you do if you're the happiest person on the earth? How would you feel if you're the wealthiest person on the earth? If you're the wealthiest person on the planet, how would you feel if you're able to help everybody, if you're able to give to anybody whom you want to give? Contribute to any cause that you want to. Now you can open your eyes and tell me, now what do you want to be now?
Yeah, I can do.
You can.
I can give happiness to many people.
If you are wealthy, right? Yeah, wonderful. Mr. Kunju?
Happy person.
Happy person, not yet wealthy. Okay. You?
Happy
When you
person.
said it, I would like to be both.
You like to be both, or you have one choice. Either you can be the happiest or you can be the wealthiest. So anyway, $150,000 per annum, only 2% of those were unhappy. And people who were earning more than $500,000 per annum, 100% of those were happy. So it shatters your belief that, happiness gets everything. If you're wealthy, it gives you the power of purchase, right? That is one of the most important things required for happiness. So I just wanted to trigger your motivation circuits. Either you want to be happy or you want to be wealthy. You need motivation for both, right? So those 4 pillars, the first is motivation. Before we go further, I'll ask you for another round of mindfulness. Okay? Yes, again, close your eyes and ask yourself this question. What is my innermost valuable value? What is my most important innermost value? Paper. In your own time because of short of requires is motivation. When you get up in the morning, you have something to look forward to, right? You have a day to look forward to, you have a work to look forward to, you get up with some sort of motivation, right or wrong? If you don't have motivation, you won't get up, right? So the motivation, this is the motivation and reward circuit that is activated as soon as you get up in the morning. That is somewhere here. There's a part of the brain known as nucleus accumbens. Okay, it releases dopamine in your brain. You're getting it? So the nucleus accumbens, the motivation and reward circuit triggers your nucleus accumbens. It releases dopamine in the brain, and that helps you to take action. It helps you get out of the bed and take action. If you have low levels of dopamine, like I had low levels of dopamine, I did not have any desire for work. So low level gets you into depression, it gets you into irritability, it gets you into a lot of problems. Like most of the criminals have, on the contrary, have a very high level of dopamine. So you become restless, you take risky actions, you are anti-authority. So that is the dopamine level should be neither very low nor very high. So that is as far as the first level of the first pillar of effectiveness is concerned. That's your motivation. I'll tell you ways how to improve your level of dopamine in your brain. Secondly, what happens is, once you have something to look forward to, the brain acts on it, and then the dopamine is transmitted to your frontal. This is your frontal lobe. Okay, the dopamine is transferred to the frontal lobe, and then it does 3-4 things. When it comes to the frontal lobe, that is the seat, place where you decide whether I have to take action, whether the goal is worth pursuing or not pursuing. So the of achieving that goal. Then it plans the steps that are required to achieve the goal. Then it implements whatever steps you have taken. It implements those steps, and then it monitors the progress. Like a boss, it monitors the progress. And let me tell you, the frontal lobe, the right side is different and the left side is different. You would have heard of the right-sided brain and the left-sided brain, but here what I knew was right-sided brain is supposed to be the seat of intuition, imagination, but the latest research says that the right-sided brain is pessimistic. Okay, it always points out to you the troubles, the difficulties, how you cannot achieve something, and the left-sided brain is the one that gives optimism. It finds out way how it can be achieved. The right-sided brain will tell you you have taken the same actions previously, you have failed, so you will again fail. But the left-sided brain says, no, I cannot fail. I will surmount the difficulties and I will pass. The next thing that happens is the frontal lobe. I'll tell you ways how you can change. You can, in fact, short circuit this negativity from the right frontal lobe. I'll give you the exercise how you can almost short circuit the negativity from the right frontal lobe. The next thing is the frontal lobe is like the CEO of the entire brain. Okay, it gives orders to other brain parts. And if you can take the latest example, it is like the quarterback of football. Anybody who plays football here? No one used to play football? Okay, so
30 years.
wonderful. So what is the role of a quarterback? What does the quarterback do? Generally in football terms. He generally coordinates between all the players, right? As far as my knowledge is concerned, he coordinates between all the players, and he has, the brain and reward circuit is asking for action. Okay, the brain and reward circuit is like the cheerleaders who are cheering for the team, and then you have the three voices that you have in your brain. The one is the cheerleaders who want you to achieve the goal. The second is the inner critic, the critic in your mind that says that it cannot, you cannot achieve something, and the third is the coach. Like every footballer has got a coach. So the inner coach is the one who is guiding the prefrontal cortex, and he achieves his aim. So the people who are on the helms of the affairs, who are the bosses and who have to take decision, you very well know how difficult it is to take any decision, right? It actually exhausts you. We used to have a joke in Air Force that the waiter comes to the senior officer in the morning and asks him, sir, what type of egg you want to have. The boss says, yeah, subah, why do you want me to take decision? The whole day, it takes me the whole day to take any decision. How can it take, you get me whatever is there. So that is, jokes apart, that is the